'Cause baby, it's the everything for me, for me, for me. Baby, it's the everything for me, for me, for me. 'Cause baby, it's the everything for me, for me, for me. Baby, it's the everything for me, for me, oh, for me.
So, first and foremost, if nobody told you as of yet today, I love you. If nobody told you as of yet today, I am proud of you. You going to continue to achieve anything you set out to do. You understand me? Also, you already know, I do have to give you that brief disclaimer. I only want you to take what resonates and leave the rest behind, all right? I don't want you trying to force a scenario for you. If you don't get your confirmation through me, I guarantee you're going to get it through somebody else, so be patient with your process. Thank you, beautifully. Thank you, Kay. Thank you, beautiful. Also, as you know, my voice is too raspy to be whispering, all right? So this is about the time that you probably want to go ahead and hit that volume. Now, chosen ones, before we get started, I want to thank you so much in advance for all your love, like, share, subscribes, gifts. Thank you, Erica. Thank you. Your kind words, not only to myself, but each other too, all right? Because I don't always get to pause in the middle of my message and when I'm relaying to acknowledge you. But when I post this on YouTube, I got you, I promise you, all right? So before we get started, chosen ones, the message for today is let it go. All right, so the first half of the message today is let it go, because some of you don't even realize that you are the one who's blocking you. You are the one who keeps having certain cycles relived through you because you keep going through or replaying what other individuals did towards you. Now, hear me out. All right. And I say this, chosen ones, because again, you may not realize how powerful you are. So anytime that you get upset, anytime you and you're feeling so on and so forth, you have the power to manifest certain things pertaining to people you come in contact with. Correct. So I want you to realize, chosen ones, that there's certain individuals that you still are holding on to. And I say this because you keep replaying what they did to you. So this is that person who didn't choose you, chose another individual over you. This is the person who ghosted you. They may have stopped communicating with you and you felt a certain type of way, so on and so forth. But I want to put a few things in perspective, right? So right now, there's some of you that are currently upset about somebody who ghosted you. You talking about they're going to get their karma and consequences. There's somebody that chose another partner over you. You promising that they're going to get payback for not choosing you, so on and so forth. One, you have to realize them not choosing you was not a negative reflection on you, baby. It wasn't. And I say this, chosen ones, because again, I want you to think about this. Some of you right now are upset because you start conversing with somebody and they ghosted you. Was that the right approach to do? No, but I want you to realize that you didn't did that as well. Now, what do I mean? I want you to think about when you got hired to a certain job, correct? Or you applied to a certain position. Initially, they told you that it was going to require overtime. They told you that there's certain positions that you was going to play and you was excited for it, right? Because at that point in time, you could have felt like you was in desperation. You could have felt like at that point in time, you needed finances, you had bills to pay, so on and so forth, right? So the job that you were seeking, a position or income that you were seeking, they gave you that call back. So when you went to that interview, you was talking all positive. They told you things that they would need up out of you. You was sitting there talking about how you was excited to do it. You was going to go above and beyond for that position, right? Because at that time, that's something that you felt like you needed, correct? That's something that you felt like you had to have. You was desperate in a sense, correct? All right, now hear me out. When you got on that job, chosen one, so again, initially you was excited. You started off strong. Then all of a sudden you started to slow down a little bit. Now, what do I mean? See, initially when they told you that overtime was required, you was excited because you wanted to get up your profit. Initially, when you heard that you would have to work overtime and that you would have to stand for long period of hours, so on and so forth, you was excited because you were in need at that time, correct? You wanted that job, you wanted that position, you needed that income to come in. So you accepted certain terms and conditions that you didn't think all the way out. Stay with me. The same pertaining to certain partners who have courage like that as well. Now, what do I mean? There's certain people that when they seen you, they seen the benefits that came with you. They seen that you was a higher position. They seen that, again, they could work hard. They wouldn't be able to call out like that. They was going to have certain tasks that they had to stand up and handle them. They was going to have to be on call, on duty at all times. And some people initially was excited for it, until all of a sudden they got in that position. So these are people who were pursuing you. They were showing interest in you. They were showing love to you. Initially, you ain't even want to entertain these individuals. They was calling, wanting to see you all the time, so on and so forth. Now, stay with me, chosen ones. I say this because similar to that job position that you was initially excited for, then all of a sudden you woke up one day tired. You was ran down. Your energy had depleted a little bit, right? All of a sudden, what did you do? You made an executive decision that you wasn't going to go into that job no more, right? So you woke up one day and was like, F it. Never mind. I'm not going to even show up. You ain't even called them. You ain't put your 2 weeks in or nothing, right? You just left from that position because you was stressed. It had a lot of requirements for you. You had other things going on. The same pertaining to some of these people that you came in contact with, chosen ones. It wasn't that you were negative. It wasn't the fact that they may have felt like you may have felt like they didn't see your value, so on and so forth. No, they seen that, but they also knew that they wasn't able to play that position then. They also had other things outside of you that they was going through and experiencing. Some of them felt like they was good for the job until they got assigned and came on. So that's equivalent to, again, you got that job position. You was excited to get it because you knew the benefits that came with it. You sat there and knew that you had to put hard work in, but it may not have been what you expected. You may have been working at warehouses all the time, but you ain't have to lift up that weight that you had to do with them. You sat there and may have had this job where, again, you worked long hours and you thought that you was going to be good for that position, but when you got out in it, it was exhausting. It required too much, so on and so forth. So you had to make a decision to walk away from it. Some people, that's what happened to you too. So some of you are caught up in somebody ghosting you or not playing a position for you. That isn't nothing bad about you. That's not that they sat there and didn't see your value. Excuse me. Some of it is that they seen your strength. They seen the position and what it would require then, and they knew that they didn't have the ability to keep up with it. I want you to think about certain races that you do. This person could be a track star, right? I'm telling you, they could be able to run far. They could be sitting there used to be training for certain marathons, so on and so forth. So they may be used to this type of race, but all of a sudden when they sign up for another one, they may feel out of place. You understand me? So again, initially they felt like they could keep up that momentum. Initially they felt like they would be able to play that position. Initially they felt like they could do the things that you were requiring, but then they realized that they didn't have it within them, so they sat there and forfeited that position. That's nothing negative pertaining to you, because you done did it a few times too. You sat there and signed up for this position because you just needed something for the seasons as far as Christmas. You sat there and signed up for this position because you just needed something to help you pay this payment. There's some of you that took on certain tasks that didn't last as well. But again, are you sitting there thinking about that perspective pertaining to these people, or are you putting all that pressure on them? Are you feeling like they sat there and chose other people over you? No. They chose somebody that was willing to work with them and do the things that they needed them to do. The same pertaining to you, chosen ones. You understand me? So I want you to realize that. You have to let that go. Some of you are you're mad. Every time you get mad, you talking about how them and everybody close to them is going to pay for them not choosing you, or them not selecting you, or you feeling like ghosted from these individuals. So you done sat there and allowed your anger to have or curse certain lineages in a sense, and you got karma and consequences coming back because you're upset because they didn't choose you. So that's no different than these people who are doing black magic on you, where they try to give you an illusion, where they try to do love spells on you, or they try to lie and have other people have chaotic vibes around you. That's no different if you feel like, oh, because you got these good qualities that everybody has to choose you. You're not everybody's cup of tea, baby. I have to say that. And it's not to downplay you chosen ones, but some people like other things. Look at how people eat. Look at their preference and their taste, so on and so forth. There's certain things that you wouldn't even taste, you wouldn't even eat, so on and so forth. You understand me? So the same pertaining to people selecting you. Sometimes you're just not their cup of tea, but somebody else is pursuing you. Somebody else is ordering you up right now in their prayers. Somebody right now is praying that they properly prepared when they cross paths with you. Again, some of you have to realize, chosen ones, that people didn't select you because you were so valuable. Now hear me out. Some people knew that they didn't have the ability to really hold you up. You understand? Not hold you down, hold you up. They sat there and was pulling you down energetically because there's certain things that they were still connected to that they didn't want it to rub off on you. Not everybody is your enemy, all right? Now, some people, again, if you know they did black magic on you, judgment's been called and they got karma consequences come in. If they was doing spells on you, love spells, money spells, chaotic spells, so on and so forth, they got karma and consequences coming. But there's some people that just didn't step up into position because they felt like they didn't have what was needed, right? So that's almost like them getting a call back from the job and them accepting it or them taking it over somebody else that's prepared for it. So that's like them getting a call back for a warehouse job and they need steel toe boots. See, the other person has the boots already ready. This person didn't. So therefore, again, are you going to have this person come on and they can't even play their position, or are you going to have the person who's properly prepared? Now, hear me out, right? Yes, exactly. Lying on the resume, right? See, chosen ones, I want you to, again, to think about this. You are a value. So you're a collectible item, right? So there's some people that they wanted something because they wasn't able to play with you at that time. They didn't see your value. So think about a child and on their birthday, on Christmas, whatever the case may be, they're excited for something that they can play with right then, right? That's equivalent to a parent handed them a collector's item and told them that they can't play with it. So that's like the Barbie boxes back in the day, the Tonka trucks back in the day, so on and so forth, where they're collectibles. You can't play with them at that time. You gotta keep them in their box and you gotta keep them up on that pedestal, right? That's you, chosen ones. There's some people that they couldn't play with you like they wanted to. They couldn't cheat on you. They couldn't entertain multiple individuals. They couldn't sit there and giving you effort, so on and so forth. They wasn't able to do that. So then again, they sat there and passed you up, and somebody else who knew who you were is coming in. You understand me? So there's somebody right now, chosen one, where the ex or the old person didn't select you because they couldn't play with you like they wanted to. You understand me? You're a collectible. So because they couldn't play with you at that point in time, didn't realize in due time you was going to add value to them. You understand? So think about that collector's item. After a few years of being in mint condition, that wealth goes up, right? Okay, so that's the same pertaining to you. You sat there when you first met him, you ain't had finances coming through. You may have had $1 billion dream, but it didn't have that finances coming in. You may not have been as flashy. You may not have had a car then. You may not have had clothes then. You may not have had certain confidence then. You understand me? So again, chosen ones, they chose not to choose you because they couldn't play with you like they wanted to. But now all of a sudden, you started to gain value. So you sat on that shelf that God placed you in. He had somebody else step in that's prepared to play that position then. Somebody who knows a collectible when they see them. You understand? Somebody who knows something of value when they see them. You understand? So this is almost like, again, somebody who has a trained eye. And the trained eye meaning that they already went to God. They know what they're looking for. God already gave them the confirmation. God told them you was going to walk like this, talk like this, be like that, so on and so forth, right? God already told them what to be expected. So God is sending somebody of high value towards you. And some of you, when you hear high value, you may feel, oh, this is a billionaire already. No, they could be in the process of building it just like you. You may be the last piece that they need in order to see the bigger picture. You understand? So I want you to realize that right now, you're somebody's prayer. You're somebody's puzzle piece. So right now, you may have the pieces together for you. You see a certain view, but when you get into this relationship or connection with this other person, y'all gonna put y'all's picture together and see an even bigger view. I'm trying to tell you. So you trying to persuade this child, oh, this toy is of value, don't hurt it, don't break it, don't let nobody access. No. Some children, they don't, and when I say children, I'm talking about pertaining to these childlike minds, these young-minded individuals, right? There's some of you right now that, again, the people who came in contact with you, they didn't know your value. Some of them did. Some of them knew your value, knew that they wasn't able to live up to your expectations, and they stepped aside, right? But there's other people who didn't see your value at that time because they wasn't able to play around. So they chose other couples or karmics that, again, they can sleep with, they can cheat with, they can freak with, so on and so forth, correct? You are not that. So now your value is getting added, and now all of a sudden some of these people are going to start wanting you back. So you got exes, chosen ones, who again passed up on you, didn't see the value in you. When you told them that you wanted to start this business, they felt like you couldn't do it. When you said that you was going to have finances in it, you started claiming it and believing it. They wasn't seeing it, but now all of a sudden they starting to see certain foundations get built. When they seen you outside in those storms by yourself, when they seen you keep saying that you was building certain things up, they ain't believe that because they ain't see that at that time, right? See, chosen ones, there's some people that left you out in the rain. They was out there playing certain games. They sat there and kept you in the storm by yourself. You sat there and had to lay out the foundation by yourself. You was out there in the mud by yourself. So again, there's times that you may not have been as flattering physically because you had certain work clothes on, in a sense. You understand me? So excuse me, there's times that you may not have been flashy, didn't have a new jewelry, may not have had a new car, may not have had the newest shoes, so on and so forth, because you was in the process of attaining certain things. You was working hard. You're not going to wear your best dress when you working, correct? So the same pertaining to you. But again, there's some people that didn't believe your value. There's some people that didn't believe that you was a billionaire because you was out here driving and no, as far as foreign. You was smart, right? You ain't have to dress up like you had it. You knew who you are, right? So chosen ones, I'm trying to tell you, certain people are starting to realize that you was the person that was the less flashy, was the person who had the finances. The person who, again, looked all ducked off and back to the side was the person who, again, had all the light on them. I'm trying to tell you, chosen ones. There's some of you that looked at other people and you felt like they was better than you. You looked at certain people and you felt like they had more than you. Don't you realize that you was putting the spotlight on them, so therefore they felt like they had the light, but the whole time you was the one? Now, what do I mean, chosen ones? I want you to think about a stage, right? There's certain people that are actors. So say this person who's playing this person's life story, that's an actor. That's not the real person. That's somebody playing them, right? Putting on that perception. There's some people that you cross paths with that was putting on the perception like they was a boss, trying to act like they had it all. They was trying to act like they was so confident and they was insecure. There are some people that try to act like they was all of that. That was that ego. That shit was capped. That was not real, right? So again, the fact that you kept giving your attention to them, you kept praising them, you kept speaking life into them regardless if you knew it or not, because you kept saying, oh, so-and-so has this and so-and-so has that. So you start speaking that onto them, right? So half the time you was helping your enemies, chosen ones, if we gonna be real, because you kept giving them power that they didn't have for real. They wanted you to believe that, so therefore they would start to see that, and what you started to speak, that's what they started to see, right? So some of you was giving these nobody ass individuals power, all right? Let's just be real. But again, think about this. You on stage, right? Other people got that light on them, so that's that attention. Everybody else feels like that's the star player. That's the light right there. That's the person who holds the key. Whole time they ain't realized, chosen one, without you putting your light on them, other people wouldn't be able to see them. See, I want you to think about the people in as far as the audience. They can't see you or the people on stage unless that light's on them, correct? So some of you didn't even realize that you're the light that's shining on these individuals. The attention that you're giving them, the recognition that you're giving them, the life that you're speaking into them. Some of these people can't act worth a shit, but you out here giving them opportunities. Think about J-Lo in a sense. She can't sing. The motherfucker could barely dance. I understand back in the day she used to do that for what's that show called? I can't even think. The Wayans Brothers show. They used to sit there. She might have had a little muse, but her ass really can't do nothing. She wasn't even on the track. She paid somebody else to sing for her ass. She talking about as a young female in Bronx, that whole time her ass wasn't even running like that. But again, so some of y'all are putting people in positions, praising them, and they ain't got shit. Think about some of your children fathers or children's mothers who were problems. They ain't have 2 coins to run together, so they ain't help you financially. They physically wasn't appealing either. They was negative. They was abusive, and you still was giving to their ass. You was praising a nobody. How does that sound? You was letting a peasant point to certain things and telling you how to get it done. How does that sound, chosen ones? Let's just be real. These peasant-like energies. You was out there picking up the best of the bums out the barrel, all right? You was scooping out this motherfucker at this point in time. You was looking for the best of the bums, and you ain't even realized that you can have whatever you want. You was, let me see, digging, just scraping. You understand? The people that you were selecting was not somebody that you should even be noticing. The people that you was chasing, shouldn't have even been given an opportunity to speak to you. You understand me? If we really going to be real. But you had enough nerve to try to put these peasants on that pedestal with you. And when I say peasants, I'm talking about that energy. They ain't right. They ain't divine. They ain't doing what they supposed to do. They ain't chasing their dreams and aspirations. They ain't confident. They full of ego, manipulation, so on and so forth. But she was trying to put the best of the bums up there on that pedestal with you. You was out there trying to have that little peasant-like energy, make certain shots and calls like you. Absolutely not. You understand? So, and now what you look at you. Now you looking back and looking at that little motherfucker like he's an real monster. You are ashamed. Some people that didn't even claim you, that back in the day, you never took pictures, they never posted you. They try to act like, oh, well, I want to keep what I love private. The whole time, nah. Because how come they got them funky ass $40 that they keep posting online? How come they sitting there posting their every move, but they talking about they want to show off you? That shit was not right. They was lying, all right? So those same people who didn't want to claim you, didn't want to show you off, so on and so forth, now you not even claiming them. Now they gonna be out here trying to talk about, I used to talk to so-and-so, and you like, no, you didn't. You could have 3 or 4 kids by this person, and you gonna act like you Mother Mary. You gonna act like they was just conceived, and you ain't even go with, you understand? You're not gonna claim these motherfuckers like, absolutely not. They going, why is his name's Malcolm Jr., and you telling me Big Malcolm ain't, nope, absolutely not. You not claiming it. Because they didn't claim you. Now all of a sudden they want to act like they know you. Absolutely not. No, you don't. And just because you used to know me don't mean that your ass know me anymore. Because when you knew me, I ain't even know me. So your ass surely didn't know me at all as well. You understand me? So chosen ones, absolutely not. You're starting to realize what's not for you. But with that being said, I have to say something, right? So my last live, if you wasn't around, it's on YouTube. You can see it right now, right? But we discussed as far as somebody from your past that you crossed paths with briefly coming back. See, some of you may have automatically assumed that it was somebody that you was really head over heels with. And I said, nah, think of that person, and it's not that person. So you're right now thinking about that ex that played you, or that person that you was pursuing that act like they was a friend to you, didn't show up for you, didn't call you, only came in when they wanted to drain you from your energy and take it to somebody else. Because some of you don't realize that person who kept popping in and out, acting like they was gone for a while because they had to take care of themselves, I want you to realize they was conjuring energy from you. Some of those people was taking the energy from you and giving it to the individual. Some people knew that person, they partner was doing black magic on you, and they partner sent them in to sleep with you, to do sex spells on you, to limit you, because they thought that they could switch certain destinies with you. Some of these people was not your friend, and for some reason you feel like, oh, when they come back, oh, y'all are gonna be cool again. That's not that person, chosen ones. When I tell you somebody from your past that you crossed paths with for briefly, that you may have seen something that you liked in them, and then you may have persuaded yourself not to like them because of who you was connected with. So this is when you first started to get over your ex, or you started to get on your dating scene again. You may have crossed paths with somebody. So this could be swiping right on their profile and y'all matching but never having a conversation. This could be a few messages back and forth like, hey, how you doing? And all of a sudden you ain't heard from them no more, right? See, chosen ones, God had you see certain individuals, right? At that time, you ain't see no value of them. At that time, you may have felt like, this was just something tossed to the side, wasn't necessary, so on and so forth. See, God had you have a quick glimpse of that person. Now, what do I mean? Think about before you start a test. They say the best way for you to recollect on certain answers pertaining to the test is to ask or read the questions first before you start reading it, right? Hear me out. Stay with me. So when you're taking a test, they say read the questions first before you start reading the text, because then those questions will stand out when you come across them, correct? Chosen ones, there's some of you that you cross past certain individuals. At that point in time, you ain't know what love is. You ain't see the truth about certain people that you used to be connected with. You didn't start to disconnect from certain toxic friends. You was still in that job position. You was still wondering if you and so-and-so was going to come back, so on and so forth, right? So that's equivalent to chosen ones. When you cross paths with this person, you sat there and had a quick glimpse. This is way before you started to read the questions in the paragraph and all of that, right? Chosen ones, when I tell you that at that time you ain't realized what you were seeing, or who you were seeing and who you were meeting, but it's now starting to get revealed because they about to come back around. Now, what do I mean? Chosen ones. There's some of you that when you cross paths with these people, you didn't know what love is. You never experienced before. You gave love, but you ain't never received it. See, you had to realize that you wasn't in love with that past person, because in order for you to be in love with them, think about, they say, oh, so-and-so's in the car with that person. You both got to be in it. So they wasn't in the act of love with you. You had love for that individual, but they wasn't in love with you. They wasn't in the same energy as you. So you have to stop saying that, oh, well, I was in love with you. No, the fuck you wasn't. You out here talking about acting like you was this lover and this secretary. Nope. Talking about working every day of the week. Talking about how many years she say she was. That was you dumb. Because if your ass was working that position and you wasn't getting paid, best believe I'm not going to come back to that job position then. If they keep telling you that, oh, well, you going to work, and your ass is going to get paid at some point in time, it's time for you to let 11 years, thank you, babies, 11 years. 11 years? You mean to tell me that you was working hand and feet, couldn't sleep, doing everything for his ass, and he ain't give you nothing back, so you ain't get no payment? Then you're boo-boo the damn fool. Then you're damn dumb. And honestly, you might needed to go through that shit so you can see things a little better. You understand me? You talking about, I gave him 20 years. Well, how many of the 20 was happy? If you talking about the first 2, then damn boo-boo, that's on you. How they say, homie, don't play that? You need to get hit with that damn sock then. I'm just trying to say, not really, but energetically, chosen ones now. Some of y'all keep talking. Let that shit go. How God say, let it go. Because some of y'all holding on, oh, you went through. Do you want another 20 years of misery? You talking about you kept your whole 9 months of your pregnancy, he was this and he was that. Now, why the fuck are you, as soon as you pop out the child, you in his face again? Why are you? Cut it out. You are just cut the shit out. You either want good or you want bad. If you keep going back to the bad, then you ain't gonna get the good then. Cut the shit out. It's on you. How they say, it's on you. What you gonna do? Come on, man. We gotta hit the hip hop hurry. Go. Get your ass on. And then you're going to start to realize that they ugly as shit anyway, and you crying. I'm talking about ugly as shit physically and energetically. I told you, we all ugly to somebody, we ain't they type. I understand. But some of these motherfuckers is ugly to everybody, okay? It ain't no just ugly to them, ugly to her. It's ugly to everybody they come in contact with. You just an ugly motherfucker. Let me just say that. Your soul's ugly. The damn structure that your soul's in's ugly. Like, you understand? Ain't no... Cut that out. They just evil ass and you out here crying for that. Get your ass. How Meek say, get up. Get up. You crying for ugly? Oh my goodness. Sometimes y'all need a little shake, rattle, and roll. Just shake the shit out you. Like, get what? Ew. I be having to remind y'all. You talking about he laid up in Shorty's face. He didn't laid up. Come on. He didn't even wash his ass. You talking about how SZA say, oh, wow, she get him for the weekend. He ain't wash his ass the whole weekend he was with you. He talking about he ain't go nowhere. He went from the damn refrigerator to the damn bathroom at least 10 times. You out here crying for little can't get right. You crying about a funky flex, motherfucker. Funk Master Flex. Ain't hit that water yet. His ass is, ugh. Come on. You sat there and kept the rag out, the soap out. He ain't touched that shit yet. His rag's on arthritis. His soap's on damn near eczema. And you out here crying because he laid up with, that's infection. Let him have little BV. Let him have little stink. All right? You out here crying. Oh, no. Not she gets the dirty pipe. Not she gets the funky butt. No, don't say that. You crying. Oh, my goodness. That motherfucker didn't even brush his teeth. Oh, my goodness. Yuck mouth. Looking like Gucci back in 2003. Just mayonnaise mouth all in the shit. Look like he just ate mayonnaise sandwiches. And you out here crying for funky? Oh my goodness. Not the motherfucker who asked you to go half on half for a 4 for 4. Oh my. He making life decisions for a 4 for 4 and you crying? And you had enough nerve to try to tell you have 4 kids? Where? Oh my goodness. You crying about it. I'll be having to remind you, yes, I'm on your ass, because absolutely not. You crying about can't get right? You talking about, oh, he probably, what? Oh my God, talking about he gonna be there for his kids. He has about 5 families right now that ain't seen his ass. They got a couple of missing man reports on his ass. He is missing in action, and you scared. Oh my goodness. You talking about he's seeing somebody else? That motherfucker can't even see straight. His eyes is clapping as we speak. And you out here crying. He's seeing somebody else. He's seeing a lot of people. A lot. His damn eyes is swiping the room, scoping the room as we speak. This motherfucker might as well, he ain't worked in a year. He might as well apply for damn a security camera at this point in time. The way his eyes is doing the 360 and you crying out this one. Cut it out. Oh my goodness. I can't believe he's seeing other people. He's seeing a lot of people. And I can guarantee this not somebody who's in front of his fucking face. Cut it out. You are ridiculous. You crying about her and talk, oh, she probably laid up with somebody, probably a fisherman. How many plenty fish in the sea? Well, she didn't, yeah, she's that fish in that sea. I'm talking about she smelled like it. She on POF, as everybody on POF then ran through her. Oh my goodness. Every time she sitting there, every time she flop down, somebody think there's a fish fry. Every time she sit there and flop down, somebody think it's somebody out here doing a crab boil or some shit. Oh, sit down. Talking about you are what you eat. Well, it smell like you done ate crab boils and fish fries all damn week. It's coming through your pores. And you crying about her. I don't know if you know that, but that shit's not supposed to have a smell like that. You thinking that, you acting like you going swimming and shit every time you holding your nose and gasping air. It's not, you're not supposed to be fighting for your life with that, baby. I don't know if you know that. That's infection, okay? You out here crying for her. Get out of here. Not Miss ran through. Not Miss, her ass got that baby bald spot in the back of her head because she done laid on her damn back for all. Cut it out. Oh my goodness. Some of y'all, you got, my goodness. You cut it out. You crying over her. She got ran through. I can't believe she, I don't know if you need to know this or what. She is not right. I don't know. You gotta realize some of these funk masters, like, they got confidence and they persuade you that they should be selected. Have you ever seen somebody like, how the fuck? It's their confidence. So sometimes they done swindled you into investing in these funky ass. Well, get it together, okay? You better than that. You crying about can't get right, and you, my goodness, you about to be, then you wonder why y'all's children come out, their favorite color is 3. You wanted them. You chased that motherfucker. Talking about she gonna read the room. Oh, she read the room. Well, read that paragraph out loud then. You sitting there got a smart mouth girl who she talking about she could read the room. Read that paragraph out loud then. Let's read that. Let's read the symptoms of bipolar this. Cause something is, that switch. Something's going on. Let's do that. Let's actually read the definition of a damn demon, because you come close to that. Let's see. You out here crying about that can't get right. Oh my goodness. Because he had, yeah, Mayweather got bread too, but that motherfucker, I wouldn't have him on a spelling bee. Wouldn't have him on a spelling bee with me at all. You better know who you choosing and who you choosing it for. I'm just saying. Now, at the battle, perhaps, unless he got to read instructions in order to learn how to bob and weave some shit. But absolutely not. You out here choosing Mayweathers to help you go through life. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Can't get right. You wondering why. Think about a job, chosen ones. You're not going to choose somebody who can't do the job that you need them to do, especially when you on a time clamp, right? You out here choosing them motherfucker. You got to look over their shoulder the whole time. Do this. Did you call your children? Did you cook food for your children? Did you apply to work? Did you go to work? Did you wash your ass? You out here asking questions for another child. Some of y'all don't want partners. You being a parent through them motherfuckers. So, instead of getting, cut it out. You hear me? It's no more. You gonna date within your frequency. You hear me? You dating within your frequency. How they say live within your means, that's pertaining to spiritually to who you attracting. Huh? a lover. But with me saying that, chosen ones, I have to say this. A past person is going to present themselves. Not that past person that you was with. Not that as far as the person who lied on you, cheated on you, beat on you, sat there and disappeared and came back because they was conjuring energy. Some of these people, chosen one, I realized those friends was phony as shit. And God is making you see the truth about them before you head into this other direction, because they can't come with you. How you wondering about who's attacking you, who's doing black magic on you? The call is coming from inside of the motherfucking room, all right? It's people close to you. Your mother projecting on you because you got things that she ain't get. Things that other people told her that she couldn't succeed with. Now she sees you getting them and now she's projecting it. So she was told because she had children, she couldn't do what she needed to do. And look at your ass. You didn't have mad children. And what did you do? You sitting there raising them. You sitting there accomplishing things, so on and so forth. So you doing the impossible, correct? All right, cool. So sometimes your mother be projecting on you too. Sometimes your fathers as well. Soon as you got money coming in, you choose not to help them. Guess what they gonna do? Try to talk you out of your money. They gonna try to talk your money down. Then they gonna start wishing that you ain't had that to prove a point to you. But it's really gonna go against themselves. See, some of these people you ain't realize is the people around you that had the most animosity. They was in the biggest competition. That friend who tried to act like every time you said you was starting a business, every time you said you wanted to do this, oh, I was going to do that too. Oh, I'm doing that too. It's a lot of Me Too ass individuals. You understand me? And that's why they mad. Because no matter what they try to do and act like they going to do before you, they can't do it like you. They don't have longevity that comes with it. That shit is within you. And that's not something that you can dress up like. You understand? There are certain friends that they befriended you because they seen how other people viewed you. Anytime you step into the room, all the attention goes on you. No matter how many times you try to run to the back, how many times you try to not be seen, you was minding your business in a sense, people going to make their way through the crowd just to see why your ass ain't standing up. They gonna come all the way to you from all the people shaking their ass and trying to get all this attention, and you laid back eating your food, and everybody gonna gravitate towards you, them wondering why you doing what you doing. See, you somebody that's gonna get seen. You understand? No matter how many times you try to hide yourself, baby, you got that light within you. You understand me? So think about that flashlight. You could put certain shit over it to kind of dim it a little bit, but anything that's around is gonna start getting hot. It's gonna start to melt. That shit might come into a fire in this moment. You understand me? Anything that get close to you, try to cover you up, they gonna get burnt. And that's what's happening. So everybody who was sitting there projecting energy, these little karmics that was connected to these can't get right ass masculines or feminines that she was used to be with or entertaining then, I'm trying to tell you, they don't realize you did not get the prize, baby boy, baby girl. Okay, you got the problem. So they out here, some of them, they fought so hard doing magic to get the person that they with, because they didn't want you to have them. They did you a favor out this. And the whole time now they mad at you because they got the problem that they wanted so bad. How you mad because you got what you wanted? You sat there and wanted black magic to happen. You wanted somebody to die. Somebody is, but it's going to be your ass. So somebody that you around. See, you getting what you want. You wanted love spells on somebody. Okay. Well, now you got that person bound to you. They don't like you. So they going to make you go through hell. And you going to be miserable. All because you try to force this person to like you or love you when they didn't want to. So you went against. Yeah. If you sit there and do love spells on somebody who truly loves you, they going to hate you. And I'm trying to tell you, it's going to go against you. You're going to end up creating your own enemy. You understand? So there's some people, chosen ones, that black magic's coming back to their ass. There's certain partners that you thought was friend. They sat there again, ducked off and came back. They was conjuring. There's certain people that was taking trips in different countries. You sat there and felt like they was balling. Don't you realize that they only went there because of you? Hear me out. They went to different countries, not because they wanted to, but because they was paying different practitioners to play with you. And as soon as they left those locations, that location started catching the blues. So they went out of the country. All of a sudden, that country got hit with certain hurricanes and storms. All of a sudden, certain tsunamis and shit starts coming towards them. Any place that sat there and hosted individuals that went against you, just know that they about to feel that wrath too. So those people who was out there letting people watch you from their profiles, karma's coming. Those people that was out there driving around, keeping tabs for other individuals, you got karma coming. Those practitioners that was doing readings and telling people what you was about to be seeing, the whole time they ain't realized God scrambled the message deliberately. You understand? So the whole time they felt like you was this person and they was really reading shit about themselves instead. And I'm trying to tell you, See, God will sit there and tell them what they want to hear. And God will tell them what they want to know just to let them know that they don't know shit at all. There's some people right now, think about a word search, chosen ones. Unless you know the word or the message that you're looking for, you may not see it. You may not actually be able to cross it out. See, God told you intuitively what he has for you, and he told you not to tell nobody else. God sent confirmations to you and let you know what he has for you and what you about to see. See, he done scrambled the message for everybody else. So he done sat there and said, you about to meet a wealthy partner. Whole time, you are the wealthy partner. You sitting there feeling like you about to meet a millionaire and a billionaire. Baby, you are the billionaire that people are about to meet. God sat there and didn't let other people know, because if they would have said, if God would have said, oh, so-and-so is the millionaire, then they would have tried to stop your finances then. You understand? So God then sat there and finessed them into actually putting work in. You understand? They sat there and thought that they was throwing little speed bumps on you, but one thing about speed bumps, baby, yes, it may slow you down a little bit, but guess what? Your ass slowly but surely gets over them, correct? So things that they try to throw out in front of you, whole time God sat there and showed signs and synchronicities to show you before you ran into these type of individuals. Baby, you've been protected. Before, again, if they wanted to end you, they had to end you way before you became you. Way before you even came to this realm. You understand me? Through your mother, your father, whatever the case may be, I'm letting you know. Your future's already solidified. That's why they want you to stop. That's why they want you to doubt it. When I tell you that they can't stop you, they can't swap energies with you as long as you being you. They can't take what's for you as long as you being that. So again, that's almost like something there, and anybody can claim it if nobody's claiming it then, right? So if you're not claiming your abundance, if you're not claiming your success, if you're not claiming your love coming in, if you're not claiming your acknowledgement, other people are going to try to claim that shit for you because it's just sitting around. So until you say, wait a minute, that's mine, then they not going to be able to hand it over, correct? So no. This is my future. This is my prosperity. This is my abundance. I told you certain people going to try to be you, but they going to mess around and blow a fuse trying to be you because they not equipped to carry the same energy as you. They out here doing magic when God made you magical. I'm trying to tell you. They going to shorten they going to shortage their cord. They going to catch themselves on fire. I'm telling you, God's on their ass. They going to feel that wrath. A lot of them going to die in accidents because that's what they projected towards you. A lot of these individuals try to literally project certain accidents on you. So guess what's going to happen? Final destination type of time. They ain't going to know when they about to die. That's why they paranoid right now. That's why they looking all scared. They ain't slept in weeks. That's why they looking crazy. They looking defeated because they don't know when it's going to happen. That's why they watching you to see if they can get some type of hint on what's going to come through, baby. What God got for you, ain't no stopping. And I mean that pertaining to their wrath too, because sometimes people be thinking that God is all lovey-dovey. He's of love. But this is the same God that says an eye for an eye. Like, I don't know if y'all really know that God got hitters like that. That's why he chooses the chosen ones that he chooses. See, us chosen ones, we got a little spice to us. We going to stand up and say what it is. We're not going to let nobody play with us out here. You understand me? That's why God chose you. That's why God chose you, because you're going to stand up no matter what title they have over you. You're going to stand up to that pastor. You're going to stand up to that preacher. You're going to stand up to your grandmother, your grandfather. You're going to stand up to them demons. You're going to sit there and make sure that them demons get defeated. You're not befriending no demons. We beat their asses up. We don't sit there and befriend no bullies. We beat the bullies' asses up. You understand me? So you better know who you are. We love and light, but I told you, God has us mixed of everything. You understand me? So, again, you got to we ready for war. You understand? Listen, they better know who they got. Our names ring bells in the spiritual world. You better know who you playing with. See, people always, oh, God, how they say, oh, what your God going to do? Baby, at this point in time, I know God's plotting on you. I know that if I was to get involved with it, I would throw certain shit off. See, what I could do is nothing compared to what God got coming for you. You about to feel that. You understand me? So I'm trying to tell you, chosen ones, it's not for you to be looking back because then you're going to be in your feelings, feeling sad. Nope, because it was either you or them. They sat there and tried to have you lose your kids. They sat there and tried to make you lose your mind. They try to have you lose your health. They try to have your finances decline. Nobody had to die, but they chose to sit there and bring that energy up. So now it's going to them. I'm trying to tell you, these individuals don't even realize that they was on a suicide mission. You understand me? Because everything that they intended for you, they was setting themselves up instead. See, they try to lead you to a hole when they try to kick your ass in. See, we gonna talk about this chosen ones. There's certain friends and family that was really foes. You understand me? These are the individuals, chosen ones. When you met them, you talked too much. You was talking too much. You told them what God had planned for you. Oh, God told me that I have this finances coming in. Or I got this opportunity getting presented. You was so excited. You ain't realized you was telling the enemy what you had intended to do. You was giving the enemy a one-up in a sense on certain routes, correct? So you wondering why God sat there and told you that you're about to move here, and at the last minute he had you move somewhere else, or all of a sudden he told you about to get this, but now it's not going through. It's because you told people. They out there waiting in the background trying to plot on you. They waiting for you to walk past so they can attack you. So God had you go through a different way because you was talking too damn much. You telling your mother stuff. You telling your brother stuff. You don't know the demons that's in them motherfuckers. You don't. You understand me? But you sitting there just talking. Just talking, chosen ones. So God sat there. You told the enemy that you had to go this way in order to get something, or you was about to do this, and God was like, nope, you ain't going on that trip then. Because now you done told the enemy, and now they try to set your ass up, so therefore he had to take you off grid. I told you, you equipped and you built like nobody else is. You equipped to go off grid. That's why you always go into areas and accomplish things that nobody else did. That's why you feel like it's only you who goes through what you went through. Yes, because you took a different route, baby. Okay? You took a different route. All right, so let me tell you, yes, of course, you're going to have a little cuts and scratches on you, but guess what? You're going to sit there and avoid a lot of things that they wanted you to walk through too. You understand me? These people, you told them what you was getting, and they felt like they can get it with somebody else. See, what you got to realize, when us chosen individuals, messengers of God, when God tells us to relay a message to you, if you choose the wrong side, anything that we spoke upon you that you was going to get gets taken from you. So if we talking to somebody and like, yeah, keep going because you about to have this abundance, you about to have this partner, you about to have this, but they choose to step into the dark because they got arrogant or they felt like they can get it without you, didn't even realize that you were the person sent to lead them to it, right? So because they chose and felt like they can do it themselves, they sat there and felt like they can dress somebody else up as well. So some of your masculines left you, went to a karmic individual and sat there and tried to dress them up like they was the divine feminine. There's some of the feminines went to a karmic masculine, dressed them up like they was divine masculine. Whole time they wasn't. So they tried to have that person dress up like they was the it couple of the year. They try to act like they was the it couple. Took pictures, was posting, was paying people to post them, was paying people to present them, was paying for opportunities that you thought that they was getting, baby. You wondering why they seen on different shit is because they paid to get seen. See, you gonna get automatic recognition. You already paid the price, and God's gonna make sure that you gonna have light reflect on your life. You don't gotta pay Paul and Peter to get certain things that God gave you. You ain't gotta pay practitioners in order to give certain things towards you. All you got to do is be you to receive what's for you. That's it. You understand me? That's the difference. So, chosen ones, these individuals try to dress these people up to try to be like you. They try to dress these people up in order to receive the same things as you. And I'm telling you right now that they try to go to the place that God told them that, well, God told you that you was going to go to when you told these individuals and they didn't get in. Now, what do I mean? See, there's certain friends that you was walking with and they was luring you to your ending. So they could have asked you to go on a certain trip. They could have sat there and tried to encourage you to take certain substances. They could have tried to get you drunk and have people take advantage of you. They could have sat there and tried to have drug you to make it seem like you had an overdose and you don't even do drugs. You understand me? There's certain people you don't realize what they was doing, right? They try to deter you. So they try to lure you through sex. They try to lure you through certain issues. They try to lure you through finances. You feeling like you don't have enough to pay this, so they sat there and kept dropping certain dimes, so you kept following them. I'm trying to tell you, right? So they try to lead you to a hole that they dug for you. So they dug a hole and they knew that they was leading you to a place because they was trying to get rid of you. Because again, if you're not being you, your energy is just there so that they could try to take what's yours, right? Now, chosen ones, hear me out. They sat there and led you to the soul. So this person act like they loved you, and they sat there and only wanted to make you sad, because you have to realize when you sad and mad, that magic can impact you. When you in a lower energy, that magic can actually impact you. So when they have you mad, when they have you depressed about them, think about why they come in and they hurry up and leave again. They do that because you and your feelings, and now that magic that they send in can actually impact you. They getting told to do this, chosen ones. So they came in, try to lure you to that hole. You was following them. They was showering you with love. They, oh, come follow me. I know a quicker way to get there. So on and so forth. God kept telling you, stay focused on this path. But you allowed somebody to distract you. So when you sat there and followed them, you ain't even realize that they had a hole dug and they was going to push you in. So they did. They pushed you in that hole. And at first you thought it was an accident. Oh, this person was going through sadness. They didn't know what they was saying to me. Oh, this person was going through certain things. They didn't know what they was doing to me. Oh, this person went through this. If I could show them how love is, they won't do that then. You sat there and was coming up with excuses for them on why they pushed your ass in the hole. Oh, they ain't mean to do that when they hit you. They ain't mean to hit you. They accidentally, you was coming up with excuses for these individuals. So they pushed you in that hole and left you for dead. For a time period, you was calling out like, hey. So you was calling out their name. This could have been you crying, calling out that they left you, calling out they phones, really, literally, so on and so forth. So you was calling out to them thinking it was a mistake that you was in that place the whole time. They thought that they had sealed your fate. See, they walked away. When they kept hearing you calling out for them, chosen one, they got confident, right? See what I mean? When you kept calling their phone, blowing them up, they knew you hadn't moved on or got out of it, because if you did, you wouldn't still be calling them then, right? See, they knew you ain't see the truth about them, because if you seen the truth about them, you wouldn't be contacting them then. They knew that you ain't know that they did magic on you, because if you knew that they did magic on you, you wouldn't be dealing with these individuals then, right? So they kept hearing you calling out. So whatever their name was, calling out. You thought it was your twin. Twin, they kept walking. See, they was confident when after a while they didn't hear you crying out no more. Chosen ones, they thought that you had died. They thought that they had defeated you. See, they left you for some time. It could have been days. It could have been months. It could have been years too. They felt like they no longer heard you calling out, so they thought that you was dead. They waited a little bit longer before they came in. They came back just to double check. And when they came back, they didn't realize your ass got out of that hole then. See, when they left you, chosen one, they thought they left you broken, depressed, sad, no longer wanting to move on and do nothing. They thought that they left you for dead. You ain't have no strength to get out of that hole that they pushed you in. They thought that they so on and so forth. They sat there and literally pushed you in that hole, left you, heard you calling out to them. When you stopped calling out, that's when all of a sudden they came back to double check that they had actually accomplished what they accomplished, right? Or thought that they did. Thought that they had ended you. They came back to witness that shit. See, when they came back to witness it, they realized that you was no longer dead. See, that sounds real familiar, right? How they did Jesus. See, I tell you, Jesus was a prophet, okay? So what does that mean? Just like you, chosen ones, you got stories too. There's certain scriptures in the Bible about you too, but they only allow us to see one right now. There was multiple Bibles, multiple stories on multiple prophets and prophetess, all right? So think about this. Jesus sat there and took on other people's issues. They try to bound them to some things, just like they try to bound you to magic, try to bound you to depression, try to bound you so that you wouldn't sit there and allow love to come in. They try to bound you so you mad at the world. They try to bound you in depression, whatever the case may be. So they try to put those nails in you like they did Jesus. They left you for dead, put you in that cave in a sense. See, they sat there and dug a grave for you, right? And they came back, they seen that was empty, right? See, chosen ones, they got nervous. See, when they came back and they realized you was not depressed. You was not down in the dumps. You wasn't looking stressed. They sat there and got scared. Like, yo, where can they be at? So they try to follow the footsteps. They try to follow to see where you was at. See, God made sure he had wind come in. See, I told you our storms are different storms than them. See, when those storms came in for them, those storms, those winds lifted up their veils. When those storms came in for them, that water made everything that was dug and hidden come to the surface. See, they sat there, chosen ones, Your storms was not the same as theirs. Your storms brought wind. Your storms brought rain that was going to water your harvest. Your storms came something different, right? See, chosen ones, your storms came with some wind that was going to sit there and clear the path so nobody seen the steps that you had took to get to where you at. See, when they came back, they ain't know how to get to you. That phone no longer worked. Your social media, you could have deactivated it. You sat there and made your page private, whatever the case may be. See, you wasn't at where they thought that you was at. They couldn't find you initially, correct? So they calling your mother, your ex-friends that you don't even deal with no more. God made sure that you and that friend had a falling out because they just like that toxic person that you was with. They knew that that person, toxic partner, was sitting there keeping tabs on you through them. So God made sure that anybody that they could connect to is no longer connected to you. Anything that they was connected to that was connected to you is no longer on you. That insecurity, you ain't got it within you, so they can't connect to you. You confident now. You sitting there aligning your purpose. You understand me? You different. So again, they know how to get to you, chosen ones, but then they start hearing talks about the town. See, they was paranoid in a sense. They ain't want other people to know what they did. They ain't want other people to know that they was looking for a body in a sense. So all of a sudden, what happened? They start walking around asking questions, lurking like they are now. They out there watching your social media. Baby, you're going down. They out here watching if you about to have love. Yes, we in love now. They wondering if you about to be married. Absolutely. We already married in the 5D. They wondering if you moved on from them. Yes, absolutely. They wondering if you sitting there successful. Absolutely we are, but we're not going to tell you what we got in our wallet at all because you try to stop us when we ain't have nothing at all in the physical. See, they sat there and try to rob us. Whole time didn't even realize we put our wealth inside the bank. We put that wealth inside ourselves. So they thought they was going to rob us and take something, baby. We don't sit there and spend all this bread on our jewelry instead. See, that was a distraction for you. You thought that you was taking something from me and that jewelry ain't even worth shit. It was the individual. You understand me? So they starting to realize that, chosen ones, like, hey, Shorty was the abundant one. You got finessed. You got swindled. We the undercover boss. Sometimes you thought you was doing something. You was doing nothing at all. We really like that. Kendrick Lamar like that. We like that. You understand me? So they on some Drake energy. Dressing up, putting on a facade. You done sat there and paid practitioners like he was putting prices on people's head. They done sat there and try to take other people out. Baby, you not taking out us. You took out yourself. You put a price on your own head. You dumb. I'm telling you, certain things ain't clicking. You not the smartest in the room. Because if you already been getting signs and synchronicities that you need to stop what you're doing and you keep doing it, baby, what you think's going to come through? Your ass is done. So that's why I say, chosen one, stop arguing with these corps. They did already. They did already. Whoever they try to stop you, they already done. They did. 1 second, babies. 1 second, all right? 1 second. Hold on. Let me see. Babies, 1 second, all right? 1 second. Hold on. Let me see. Gonna make sure before we get on here. And the enemy, baby, they did not do that. I had a neighbor come up and speak, and I was like, let me speak to them. I'm real about the neighborhood. We back. Let me just make sure. All right. I was going to say, that was a test. Let's say that was a test. You don't get no enemy, no power over here. Them motherfuckers ain't flexing Nathan. They ain't stopping no message. They couldn't even stop their car from getting repoed at this motherfucking time. They couldn't even stop their blood pressure from getting high. They can't stop that karma that's coming in. They damn sure ain't stopping from something from God. Best believe that. So we got to make sure we clear on that, babies. But hear me out. These individuals, again, they sat there and tried to push you in a hole. They sat there and came back, thought that you was still going to be in it. See, they thought that they was going to sit there and see a dead body. Baby, you full of life. And the whole time, their life is limited. See, when I tell you, chosen ones, that now they going around town, now you the talk of the town. See, they heard somebody powerful came up. See, now all of a sudden, people are bringing you up to people that, again, did evil towards you. So those same people that thought that they was escaping certain fate or karma and consequences coming in, those same people that thought that everybody was just going to forget the devious things that they did because now all of a sudden they stopped them. See, you should have stopped that shit ahead. See, anything that you did is coming back to you. You hear me? So with that being said, chosen ones, I'm telling you right now, as far as certain karma is starting to come in for them, right? Now, again, people are mentioning you. You ain't know that? People are talking about you. You so used to people talking negative and talking all this shit, baby. That part of your life is over with. People are talking positive about you now. People are talking about, hey, you know so and so. Now they posting you, reposting you. Now if you have certain songs on, those people, chosen ones, are hearing them songs getting played by other individuals. There's certain people, one second, let me make sure. Because you know how I got a little verification. We good? All right. So there's certain people, chosen ones, that they're starting to hear about you. Your business is starting to boom. If you post videos, all of a sudden they algorithm has them, you coming past them. You understand? So they starting to hear talks about somebody who went through something, somebody tried to end them, and now they stepped into their season of abundance. They hearing about great leaders. They hearing about this powerful person in this position, and they getting nervous. So they asking these people for descriptions. They like, because they still looking for you. They still want to know if you knew that they deliberately try to do towards you. So all of a sudden, chosen ones, they hear the description. Oh, yeah, it's a divine feminine. It's a divine masculine. And every time that they break them down or try to break down the description, they describing you. So now this person asks, what's the person's name? And they say your name. Now, all of a sudden, their worst nightmare came true. See, they starting to realize that not only do you know the truth, but other individuals going to know the truth too. See, that's why they try to keep you quiet. See, oh, nah, chosen ones. That's why God's going to have you the loudest. That's why, again, we chosen ones, you not going to be able to shake our voice. Have you ever heard those voices where people get mad? See, we got that tongue in a sense that can cut them worse than a blade can. See, when I tell you they want you to be quiet because what you speak is what they start to see. So when you call judgment on these people, that's what they start to go through then. See, when you present the case in front of God and you know all the key elements of it, like, God, this is the person who sat there and sent the magic. God, when you know specifics, see, when you don't know, chosen ones, you just sit back and pay attention. If you know somebody's doing magic on you and you wondering who's doing it, you ask God to have it revealed. God, I ask you, because God already said anybody who did black magic on you for you to die, death is going to be surrounded by him. So that's how you're going to know, like, God, who was doing death magic? So-and-so's mother, homeboy, grandmother, cousin, lover, they start to die. That's how you know. Now you can give specifics to God. God, so-and-so did black magic. Now you got a name on it. Now you present the case. You're the lawyer in a sense. You presenting the case to God, and guess what he going to do? He going to look into it. So he going to go over it. Hold on, let me see. So you said that this person is the person who was doing these devious things. This person beat on you, cheated on you, did chaos spells on you, try to rob. God's like, okay, let me see. Just like you do the court case. Let me see. All right. Not only that, see, when you go in there like, I'm not sure. Nah, I need you to be certain because this is real wrath that's about to be hidden towards us. So when you go in there unconfident, that's why you're not getting the results that you want. You got to go in that court case, in a sense, real confident, knowing that you know what you know. Like, God, this is what they did. They know I think they did. God, this is what they did. God, this is what this person did. See, when you keep, God is not no God of confusion. When you keep going back and forth on whether or not this person did it, that's them trying to project upon you. If God gave you a clear view of that person initially, then you stick with that. Because that's that person trying to project other possibilities. Like maybe they'll forget or maybe they don't know. They trying to throw you off. Nope. If God said this person did magic, if God said that person is hating, if God said this and you know God's voice and you know it's him talking to you, nope. Because God's going to have everything co-signed. Why you think that they try to have you go through what you speak and say that they about to experience? So you tell them, okay, anybody who does this, they finances about to be limited. So they try to do magic on you to have your finances limited so that you start thinking that it's you who's negative. It's not. God is sitting there showing them, look, you could try to do this, but my baby knows that they got that wealth inside. See, it's for teaching purposes. Everything that they try to stop you guys, like, they don't even need that. They try to sit there and knock your ladder down. That was certain people from helping you. Certain people from being there for you. Whole time they ain't realized that you got them arms where you could just pull yourself up. You don't need nobody to boost you up. See, they ain't realized you got them hops for real that you can boost yourself up. You can go from the lowest to the highest real quick. See, they ain't realized that, chosen ones. That's why I say your test ain't the same test as this. You understand me? So do not claim their energy. Don't claim. God has you. You getting through what he's presenting to you just to show them that you can get through it and they can't. It's an aha moment. You understand? It's the devil talking about his team is better than God's, and God's like, we're going to see because they not even built like that. Why you think that you had to keep going from the bottom to the top, to the bottom to the top, to the bottom to the top? Think about I'll speak for basketball, right? Because that's what I used to play, right? So think about basketball, chosen ones. We had to do certain drills, right? Touch the line, go back. Touch the line, go back. If you missed as far as a layup, you had to go back and start from scratch. If you missed this one, you got to go back and start from scratch, right? So there were certain drills, but that drills was building cardio as well as talent for real, right? Now you got that perfect shot prepared. Now you know when you go into this situation what to do prepared, right? So you went through heartache after heartache, disappointment after disappointment, because you was building your spiritual cardio, right? That's longevity. So again, these other people who was on teams because of who they people knew in a sense. So this person looked like they was popular because this other person that they knew, or this person looked like they had money because the other person was giving them to them through this. Or they seem like that was fake, right? So this is equivalent to people making a team only because of somebody that they know. That's them, right? They made a team only because of somebody else boosted them up. Somebody owed them a favor, owed their people a favor, whatever the case may be. Stay with me, right? Chosen ones. So you a real hard worker. They wasn't. So every practice, you was the one putting the work in. That person who was a star player, they was doing certain moves in the game, imitating you. They was acting like they was a star player, but they was used to going against some so sorry ass individuals. See, they sat there for a certain time period. It looked like they was the best players in the world. They looked like they was the star players, that they can get anything they want. That shit was just cap. Other people was hyping them up, but hear me out, right? Not only that, chosen one, it took for them to run into a real one to realize that they ain't really like that, right? So again, this person who was getting the center of attention, people who was acting like they was doing things better than you, and you knew that they was doing nasty things to get what they was getting. They was doing fraud, they was doing magic, they had ill intentions. You sat there and knew that they didn't put in the work in to get what you got, and they still seemed like they was getting more attention than you was. Hear me out. That's equivalent to these fake ass readers and all of that. Whole time they taking other people's messages, posting online like they theirs, or this person who you made a clothes or article and they try to do the clothes like you, stole the same style as you, the music, they done redid it like you, whatever the case may be, right? Hear me out, chosen ones. See, again, they thought they old ways was going to keep them having certain successes come in. See, all of a sudden they ran into somebody that they wasn't used to. So this is almost like now they against some real top-notch players, not them dark-ass energies. That's why I say the darkness can take the darkness out. Guys, like if somebody's doing bad, okay, well, if they do bad and you a bad person, then that badness, the bad will take each other out. But that darkness can't come to the light. So if you stay your ass in the light, anybody who try to come in the light too is getting violated about from God about you, right? So know that. How you protect yourself? They can't get you if your ass not in the dark. Get your ass up. Turn the lights on. Be positive. Put your head up. Get away from the negative. You acting like you crying about getting wet, but you in the splash zone. So you crying about getting karma, consequences, all that, but you around some demon and negative ass individuals. So let's again. You ain't got to be the sharpest pencil, but motherfucker, let's put something together, all right? Let's sound this shit out. So, let's do it. But hear me out. So, chosen ones, you somebody who really got those skills, cardio for real. So all of a sudden, that lead player, they getting sat on the bench. And now all of a sudden, you going to get caught up and you about to put that work in. See, you somebody who got that cardio for real. They only got that position based upon somebody else putting them in it. See, you somebody who really earned that. You waited. You was patient. Now all of a sudden, as soon as you got an opportunity to get on the court, now you starting to see that it's faded. See, you was just waiting on the opportunity. That's it. You have always been wealthy. You've always been prosperous. You always been a good musician. You always been a good singer. You always been a good rapper. You always been a good speaker. You've always been a good person. You've always been this. You understand me? So again, chosen ones, when you get that opportunity, you know what to do with it. You've been trained for this shot all your life. You understand me? You just waiting for it to arrive. So now it's about to, and you about to skyrocket. You about to get the attention. You about to get the recognition. I don't think that some of y'all realize that you about to be known names. You understand me? In a positive. Let me make sure. All right, I know it paused for a little bit, but I'm trying to tell you, you built like this, you got the cardio. You hear me? So these people, they gonna get winded after a little bit. They gonna get tired after a little bit. And you gonna be sitting there alley-ooping. You gonna be sitting there doing slam dunks and splashing threes non-stop on their ass. You understand me? So, baby, God is building a dream team. Ain't no ball hogs around here. See, I told you guys putting your spiritual team together. See, these people chosen ones, you got to think. They downplayed you because you wasn't center of attention. You still made it to the team. You hear me? And you made it to the team the right way. So you sitting there, they laughing at you. That's like you being on the Lakers bench. You're not no star player, but you on the Lakers bench. That means you still getting paid. If they win, you still get that ring. So sometimes you gotta realize that even if you're not the center of the attention, you still gonna gain. You understand me? Some God is going to put a dream team with you that other people again have to realize that they can have certain come ups too. That's why these past people got disconnected from you. They was mad because you had a light. They was mad because you was the light, but your light was still making what they had bright. They still was benefiting from your light, but they was upset that they wasn't the one providing the light. You were paying for the stuff. You paid financially for the food, the clothes, whatever they needed. So what they wanted was, or what they needed was provided. But they was upset because they wasn't the one providing it. That's some backward shit. God's like, listen, if you have to do less to get more after putting so much work in, why not be excited about it? See, some of y'all got to realize your blessings is coming through various forms. You understand? So you thinking you got to work so hard. No, God will sit there and give somebody else a blessing just so that they can bless you too. Just so that you could sit there and lay back and recharge your energy and do what he asked you to do. God is blessing other people. Some people, when they say, oh, you got, as far as a big amount of money coming, some of you don't even realize somebody else is going to hit the lottery. And they're going to break bread with you because of who you naturally were when they cross paths with you. Some of y'all don't realize that you planted seeds and you speaking life on certain people, allow them to see fruition. Allow them to see certain things come in. So guess what they going to make sure you do? Continue to eat off the things that you helped plant. You understand me? Y'all don't realize that. But you so used to working so hard, things are happening easier for you. Hours is getting cut down, but you still got bills that's getting paid. But you got to believe it at the last minute that God's going to save the day. You upset because God's telling you got to do less when you just was crying because you said that you was stressed because all the pressure's on your shoulders. You're going to have to choose what you want to do. Which one is it? You understand me? But chosen ones. I'm going to get up off here because I wasn't trying to be on here real long for y'all today. Because, you know what I'm saying? So I know some longer videos, when you go back to watch, you may not want to, but baby, I'm going to upload this. Am I from DC? No, I'm from Maryland. You know what I'm saying? But DMV, you feel me? All right. But chosen ones, I'm going to upload this live on YouTube. I also did make some more hours available to you. Also, I added a new service. So I told you that I'm no longer doing the recorded readings. I'm doing it so that we're actually on the phone. Because I feel like, yes, although you can go back and reference the recorded readings, it's better when you're actually talking to somebody on the phone and you can ask as many questions as you want and you getting clarity in real time, all right? So I did add another service. I got the hour coaching session. I do have the half-hour coaching session. And I do now have a 10-minute coaching session, all right? So certain services did get removed, but I made sure it's gravitate so I could actually be on the phone directly with you, all right? So, again, I got you. I love you so, so much. You got this. But put your head up, all right? You better talk like you know that you that. Because if you don't even believe in you, how you going to believe somebody else to believe it then? Come on now. Get it together, baby. I love you. If you need a reminder, I got you. Links in my bio. Please don't get finessed for people trying to reach out to you. I don't do that. When you ready for the message, you gotta reach out to me. You understand? In order for you to receive it. The links in my bio to book it, all right? I love y'all so much. Y'all continue to be great, babies. Have a wonderful week. Speak to you soon.